Jaguar Wright. Her and her crew and all the stuff she talking about, Big L, Beyonce's mama, Jay-Z, Beyonce. I'm going to tell y'all the majority of the shit she get is from the internet, man. Let me tell you that right now. Yeah, look, Jag don't know pretty much more than a man in the moon when it comes to this situation here. Now, we've already went over the Big L situation. Like, I don't know where she know Big L from, but I was like, she told a lot of inaccuracies in that whatsoever. And definitely with Jay's involvement in that. I don't know what she knows about Beyonce's mom, but Tina knows is a lot different than what you expect. Tina knows, yes, she did mess around, but so did her husband. Her husband was messing with those girls he was training. Okay, Patreon? Beyonce, the reason why she don't do interviews all the time ain't because Jay's hiding her. It's because she's dumb as rocks. I'm serious. She's a great talent and all this stuff, but she was a C and D and F student. They thought she had dyslexia growing up because they just thought she's just completely dumb. And if you listen to her speak, other people can sense her lack of intelligence. And they say, oh no, Jay's a manipulator, and he was able to manipulate her mind, but he did everything and delivered on everything he promised. He convinced her, you need me, which was true. Beyonce, to grow up and not be what her daddy wanted her to be, she had to trust Jay and his team. They could take her to being a solo artist, which she wasn't really comfortable with. Beyonce wasn't as strong as everyone in. This is when she was, I made me a character, Sasha Fierce. That's the character I told her. See, what you didn't know, Jag, is that Beyonce had to go see a psychiatrist, which they call a therapist. And her therapist is a licensed psychiatrist. And told her, whenever Beyonce feels threatened, you have a character that comes out. Name your character. And she named her Sasha Fierce. And Sasha would stand up for Beyonce. Sasha would give her that strength. You take Beyonce and put Beyonce to the backside, and you let Sasha fight your battles and your wars. Prize. Jag ain't wrong about everything. It's just that she'll be right and then go right off the ramp. And they're seeing all of the problems. And they're feeding the issues. They're feeding all the negativity that's coming out on social media now. Charleston White is doing it. Now they want to do it. And they're messing up the game. And they don't even know it. They don't even care. They there to get the quick buck. Right? That's what this is about. Goomba head here. Her husband, now he's like, oh, I'm finna follow the blueprint. And we finna go beat Charleston White. We finna do all this. Swole head Tretch. He out here crazy and whacked out of his mind. But whose fault is that? It's people's fault. We put everybody in this stigma of this is what we expect of you. This is where we think you should end up. Right? Jaguar Wright. is trying to use the internet to put herself in position to where we finna blow up, right? And they felt like, Storm, we gonna take you to the next level. Then Storm turned on her, right? And everybody else is like, oh, Storm turned on Jag. That's messed up. Storm shouldn't have did that. That was the narrative. Then the narrative switched again. Then the narratives kept switching to where all these dudes come out, and then this Real Light Productions come out of nowhere. Now they're making money. Now all these dudes are making all the money and getting all the hits, and nobody's blocking them, but they want to block everybody else who's in the way. But these clowns can come through. And I don't hate to call them clowns because it sounds like I'm hating on them. I'm not. It's just that I see what they're doing. A lot of these people are hacks. They're coming in a job, or they're coming into it just so they can get some juicy tidbit and gossip stuff with no real information of their own. So what they do is they get these people in on there, and they're not caring about Jag's well-being. They're not caring about her mental health. They're not trying to help Jag get a bunch of money or help her get on. What they're doing is they're gonna take from Jag, build their channels and brands up so that they can be the next Tasha K. They could be the next, all of these sites that are nothing but toxic. You got nothing of knowledge out of any of these sites. Nothing that's helping the community. Don't you find that kind of ironic? That anything that was helping the community, helping people in general, that's non-existent? Don't that sounds like unusual? To me, that's strange. But that's what they want, right? That's what they want. If you're seeing this on YouTube later, let me just tell you first, you're late. You should have got on the Patreon and you would have had it early. So you would already know. Like if you're already on the Patreon, you hit the search button, you type in Jay-Z or Beyonce name, and boy, oh boy, it's like dinner time. Ain't nothing you gonna miss. Because all the information is there. And then all of this would all add up. They all link together, don't it? A lot of the stuff Jag brought up is true. But Beyonce is not a prisoner. Okay? She's there of her own accord. And the reason she's there on her own accord, and the reason I know she is because of the simple fact she's going to do as told. Because she is not a strong person. She's not, I'm going to go out on my own. That's why she didn't leave Jay-Z. How could she leave the person that helped make her who she is? She's not strong enough to be on her own. Her dad was her backbone. You know how much work it took for Jay to get her away from her dad? She had to see it. She had to see it herself. She saw that they were just doing cover songs and they weren't respected or taken seriously in the business. Destiny's Child was what it was. It was a novelty. And it's a fad. It was gonna play out. It was a matter of time. Now, being the fact that it was a novelty and everybody saw it as that, there were a lot of challenging situations, to say the least. Meaning that there were a lot of artists or a lot of people at play that never saw the true potentials or benefits that everyone else saw and had a chance to see. The world could be very fickle at times. So when you got people that's fickle and don't like doing things, there is a lot of situations that don't go the way that the world is supposed to see. You know, they don't. Beyonce is more than willing, okay? And she's involved way more than you know, Jag. She ain't no victim. She's someone that's there doing everything willingly. She ain't never had a butt before in her life. She has the legs, but no butt. She fixed that. She went and got her a butt. Got herself a butt lift. And boy, since she got her butt lift, she can't wait. She can't. Every second she gets, she's showing her butt. She used to wear a little booty pad thing. Then she went from the booty pad thing to the went to old Dr. Fix-It, baby. Got the Brazilian. Well, that's on the Patreon too. It's all there, baby. The Casino for Life Patreon. All the information is already there. Well, it's like this. What does the public want? One second they say, I want this much, or this is what I want out of life, or this is what I expect to get. Then another moment they're saying, well, screw all that. This is what I want. This is what I expect to get. Beyonce has done things that people don't even understand. She have had girls fired. She's put people in front of spiritual people, like these doggone, like, chakra and all this craziness. But it was also people that's into worshiping different things and cult. It's cult related, baby. She's never been for us. She's not stood up once for the people, meaning the brothers or the sisters. They keep her, she faked like she was pregnant. She did not have Blue. We know that, Blue Ivy. She sat there with a pad on, pretending to be pregnant. When she bent over, there was the little line and crease in there. We saw it. There's no way she was pregnant and that thing's gonna fold like that. When she bent over, people saw it, spotted it. They rented out the whole doggone hospital thing so it wouldn't leak out. Then, when the surrogate mother, I guess, decided she wanted more money, she decided to spill the whole beans on everything and blow the arrangement. All of this is known. None of that time was she proudly showing off her belly and none of that stuff. Then when the surrogate made that response, they were on tour. So they made a little fake documented moment where they had her pretending that she was pregnant with the baby and all this on the tape. They played that during a concert where they had the fake stomach like she was pregnant and everything. This is what people would go through to protect a lie. But the thing is why would you even tell that lie? What is the purpose of that lie? Marketing. Jay looks at her as a commodity. Beyonce was okay with the lie. They're in the entertainment world. They used to lying to people for a living. If Jay-Z had hit Solange on that elevator, you would have never saw that video. He's protected. There's a lot of other names involved. The people that go to high places to protect him. But you can't take everybody to that. Benny Siegel couldn't go. Memphis Bleek couldn't go. Memphis Bleek had to go home. He tried to bring Bleek. Bleek could still be his loyal boy, but Bleek had to go home. He seen too much. He revealed too much. He did an interview. He talked reckless. And he said something he shouldn't have. And he had to stay home. He had already seen something and reported something he shouldn't have reported on. And Bleek had to go home. Oh, he's still cool with Bleek. But Bleek couldn't go. They didn't feel comfortable with Bleek being in those situations. So Jay had to send Bleek home. It's like, why is Tata still there? And Bleek ain't. Bleek got your back no matter what. Bleek didn't ask for no money. He don't ask for no bag and none of that. Bleek just there to kick it. But Bleek is loyal. You know, he's still a real one. But Bleek gonna be back in Marcy. You see what I'm saying? Bleek gonna be back in Marcy, where everybody else is still trying to figure it out. Where does that make sense at? Why is Bleek in Marcy trying to figure it out? Even though Jay keep hitting him up and he got a crib, but Bleek back in the hood. He be back on the block. That what you got for your career? Where's Bleek Masters? You know what I'm saying? He was your hype man. Where Freeway? Beans. Cut them off because other people told you everybody can't go and you already home. Them people tell you they can't go. Rock Nation ain't nothing but Live Nation. You a spinoff of Live Nation. That's why it's Rock Nation. We made a unity. No, you was on a 360 deal. That's what it was. You was on a 360 deal. And while you on a 360 deal, why you think we didn't get that whole layout the way we should have? Because you was on a 360 deal and it should have went a lot further than what it did. But why was Jay-Z in a 360 deal with Live Nation? Which he got himself out of because he took advantage of it. He renegotiated. But they was getting all the shows, show money, tour money. They was getting all that. They was getting their chunk off all of it. For Jay, a 360 deal works because Jay didn't need Roc Nation to do anything else. He was already Jay-Z. He needed the infrastructure. He's already Jay-Z. So all he got to do is he's bringing Beyonce to the table. So for every door that's slammed in his face, he got Beyonce to hold in front of him. And they like Beyonce so much, they got to take Jay. It's a package deal. Nobody wanted to deal with Jay, but they had to because they wanted Beyonce. So they'd be like, fine, bring that old dude. And then they let him do Def Auto Tunes or whatever he got going on. They didn't care nothing about his song. And then he started doing the New York song. That Empire State of Mind. That ended up being his biggest record of all time. It beat Hard Knock Life. And that was that. Yeah, I know. But things been kind of crazy, hasn't it? Every time I pass this spot, it's like eerie to me. Cause I almost lost my life in there, and there ain't no time I pass this spot I don't think about that. That's the time I almost lost my life. My whole life changed right there. I was in a bad car accident. And the fact that I walked out, got out of my vehicle and actually walked out was surprising. I was never the same after that accident. But the fact that I walked out, to this day, amazes me. Right there. Bam. Did me in. Such is life, Patreons. I survived. I kicked it in. So, I'm going to kick it out for right now. But we going to holler a little later. Deuces.